Cape Town, South Africa. In the shadows of Cape Town's sprawling streets, behind the glitzy veneer of a bustling metropolis, one man walked a razor-thin line between legitimate business and the criminal underworld. His name was Mark Lifman, a figure whose rise and fall would leave questions that remain unanswered to this day. To the public, Mark Lifman was a businessman, a philanthropist, and a property owner. But behind closed doors, some believed he was far more than just a successful entrepreneur, with ties to Cape Town's most notorious criminals. Despite a long list of charges ranging from extortion to organized crime, Lifman was never convicted. The questions lingered: was he a criminal mastermind, or simply a man caught in the crossfire of a city teeming with corruption? On the day of his murder, shockwaves would be sent through Cape Town streets. The question on everyone's mind: who ordered the hit? Was it a rival gang, a business partner with a hidden agenda, or perhaps someone from within his own circle? We'll get to that later. Lifman's enemies were not strangers to the underworld. Brian Winstein, a man with his own history of violent conflict; Nafis Modoc, a name whispered in fear; and Ralph Stanfield, a figure whose ties to the criminal elite were well known. All had potential motives, all had the means. But who among them was willing to take the final step? The underworld of Cape Town is a world of layered rivalries where friendships can turn to betrayal in the blink of an eye. In this chaotic network, it becomes nearly impossible to pinpoint a single murderer. Each move, each decision, is entangled in webs of deceit, greed, and retaliation. Lifman's life was a balancing act of where the lines between business and crime were never clear. His alleged involvement in extortion schemes and protection rackets shows how deeply organized crime is woven into the fabric of Cape Town's business world. Behind the glitzy nightclubs and towering skyscrapers, the truth is darker. Extortion was rampant, with Lifman allegedly orchestrating protection rackets that threatened the livelihoods of many businesses far beyond the criminal circles. Those who didn't pay the price for safety paid the ultimate price. Brian Winstein, also known as the Steroid King, who was gunned down in Constantia, had once been a close associate. But as tensions escalated between them, threats were exchanged. Was it retaliation for old scores? Or was it a power struggle within the very heart of Cape Town's underworld? November 3, 2024. The Garden Route Mall in George, South Africa. A bustling center of commerce and life until the peacefulness of everyday activity was shattered by gunfire. Mark Lifman, a businessman embroiled in controversy and facing murder charges, was about to become the latest victim in a deadly underworld conspiracy. The news came in just after noon. A shooting, a man down at the Garden Route Mall. What seemed like a random act of violence soon revealed itself to be far more well calculated, far more chilling. Mark Lifman, shot multiple times at close range, but this was no street gang gone wrong. The shooters, who were two men in a white polo, were no strangers to violence or law enforcement. As mentioned earlier, Lifman wasn't just any businessman. He was facing murder charges of his own. In fact, he was out on bail at the time of his assassination, connected to an earlier case of violence that had rattled the legal system. He hitmen, former police officers, were working for a private security firm whose ties to the criminal underworld were only beginning to be uncovered. After the shooting, investigators turned to every available lead, which one of the most crucial pieces were the camera footage. The footage was key to identifying the killers quickly. But this wasn't just about two men carrying out a contract killing. It was about a far deeper, more dangerous web. These two hitmen, which were former law enforcement officers, weren't acting alone. As investigators dug deeper, it became clear their connections reached far beyond the mall. Lifman's death has already sent shockwaves through the justice system. His murder is now complicating not just the murder trial against him, but a series of ongoing investigations across the region. This assassination raises urgent questions about organized crime, about the integrity of private security companies, and about the security of the justice system itself. The involvement of former police officers in carrying out the hit isn't just an isolated incident. It's a glaring symptom of deeper systemic issues. How many more former officers are walking the line between law and crime? How many security firms are compromised, operating with impunity in the shadows? On the camera footage, it shows the white Polo waiting for Mark Lifman. As he approaches his blue Ford Raptor, you can see him hit with multiple bullets as he falls to the ground, dying immediately. The white Polo speeds off immediately after Mark collapses to the floor. The two gunmen were then seen at another remote location near Uniondale, an hour away where Mark was gunned down. They were seen exiting their vehicle, changed their clothes, as well as changed their number plate. These two hitmen were later identified as Johannes Jacob and Gert Bezuidenhout. When South African Police Service pulled the Polo over and arrested these two alleged hitmen for the shooting of 57-year-old Mark Lifman. The 16th of January 2025. The two hitmen appeared in the magistrate's court, with the judge saying they are likely to be charged, as there is significant evidence against them. Mark Lifman's friends were in the court to watch the hearing, and as Johannes was being escorted out, you can hear one of Mark Lifman's good friend Andre taught Johannes saying, Johnny say by in a funny, yet taunting manner. Andre, Mark's friend, said something interesting as he left the court, mentioning the justice system has the sheep, but where's the cow? Meaning the two hitmen were just that, and not the masterminds behind the assassination of Mark Lifman. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.